and the position she's put herself in. And I want to talk about how she represents herself and how she was never qualified for this job. She doesn't even have she doesn't have speech etiquette. I don't even know how she went through the court system and was able to represent people without talking and sounding ghetto. Um, only smiling not because it's something funny, because it's not funny. I feel really bad for her, really. And then on the other hand, I don't feel bad for her because she's been throwing her weight around. And the first thing that came to my mind was Miss Fani Willis is a spoiled only child. I believe she's the only child. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's the only child. I think I remember hearing it. And as I was thinking about her actions and how she behaves, to be honest with you, my daughter came to my mind. And I said, just something funny. I said, I wonder if she's a Virgo. My daughter's a Virgo and she is spoiled rotten. She's the baby. And I tell you, I am just going to try to go through this really quickly. I'm going to try to let the commentary be what it is. I've got one camera on the television, one camera on me because most of the time you don't see me. And I've just taken braids out of my hair. And so don't mind me. I at least want to get on here so you can see my face for a change and talk to you about what I discern with Miss Fannie Willis. I discern that she's spoiled. I discern that she is an only child. I think, that she's an only child. And even if she's not an only child, she acts like a baby. And she talks less professional than I even imagined. And once I saw this commentary about her, I understood. I said, that's why she ran into the courtroom and said she's been waiting for this time to have her say so about what's going on and the lies that's been told about her. And she's just was sitting back there waiting, just waiting, and she ran right into a wall. She ran right into a dragon. She ran right into. Um, I'm embarrassed for her. I'm embarrassed because the lawyers that are not prosecuting, but that are representing this against her. The only person that's really on her side is the judge, but the lawyers that are against her is one female and two males. Now, I understand when she talks to the female, she's really hostile. Like, there's a whole difference when she talks to the female lawyer than with the male lawyer. When she talks to the male lawyer, she actually humbles herself a little more and says, please, I appreciate if you wouldn't yell at me nicely. But when she talks to the female lawyer, she's very ridiculously rude. She bit off more than she could chew because once she got in that hot seat, she made a facial expression like, I got this. And she winked her eye and was like, if I can do that right. Anyway, I don't know how this is going to come out because I have two lives going on. And one of them has a screen up that has Fannie Willis on there. And this person, go to his channel, make sure you subscribe to his channel. And I want to ask you guys to subscribe to my channel. If you look at this channel and you like the videos, just subscribe to the channel. It's not much to ask. I just want you guys to be able to stay connected with the things that I'll be talking about. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about is her behavior, her attitude, and what I had no idea about this woman. But I did know, and let me give you some history. She did represent YSL Mondo. And YSL Mondo is not a part of this indictment. And most of the information that she got about this case, I know, allegedly, I have to say allegedly, came from him. So I'm holding my tablet right here, and got my phone right here. I don't even know why I got my phone right there, but I did know I wanted to see you guys, let you guys see me. A little bit crazy, but let you guys see me. Let you guys see my little afro. But he's not being prosecuted, but Young Thug is in the YSL RICO charge, and hopefully this will be an opportunity for Young Thug to get and the other co-defendants to get out of this RICO charge, which was uh, civilly and judiciously ridiculous to me. I don't know what people did or didn't do, but I do know this, that there is a law that you have to abide by. And there are so many things they cut corners on. I've watched the case from the beginning to the end almost. And so far, they've cut corners on presenting evidence that is out of context, texts that don't go together, some of the texts that are part of songs, mixing them together, making them look like um, it's just a mess. And every time the judge decides that he's not going to allow the state to bring certain evidence in, the prosecuting attorney, she gets up there and she wears him down till he just agrees to let her bring it. And I think, to me, that he's doing it because after she talks so much, he realizes that if he doesn't, she won't shut up. She won't sit down. She won't stop talking, even though she's not right. And Brian Steele, attorney for Young Thug, and the other attorneys are looking like their hands are tied. Like, it doesn't matter if we say anything. He's going to agree with the state because this woman is going to get up there and complain and give information that doesn't even go well. And the end of her information is, well, they need to let the jury decide. That's the ending of every argument that she has. Not, it doesn't matter if the evidence they're bringing in is bogus. It doesn't matter if it's half true, half false. Her ending words are, well, let the jury decide. We can't not put it in because that's a part of what is a part of our case. So let the jury decide. The judge gives in to her every time. You'll think that they're going to get a win, and they don't get a win. It's sad. It's not funny because people's lives are on the line, and their time of freedom is on the line. So let's get back to this woman. I want you to watch this. Just watch this. And I'm going to give you my commentary. I know you guys want to get into it, but just watch this. I think I got some good commentary that I bring you guys that is very interesting, and you get to get in the know on a lot of things when it comes to this woman right now. But Fani Willis and her inappropriate affair with the prosecutor of the Trump case. His name is Prosecutor Wade, and Miss Willis hired him, and they're trying to find out, did she hire him after the affair or before the affair? If she was having an affair with him before she hired him, then they can stipulate that she hired him so that he could get the job and get the money. And she is contending that she hired him because he's an excellent attorney and he's getting paid a little bit more because he's doing more work. But I am saying allegedly this woman hired him to get herself paid and him paid. If I didn't know any better, I think Fanny is from the streets because I know the streets. And if I didn't know any better, Fanny is from the streets. And that money, that cash, she says, when you hear her talking about laying cash around and keeping cash, and her daddy said, always to keep you some cash. Sometimes she has anywhere from 500 to 25,000 just at home. You know, come on, Fanny. Okay. But anyway, she said that all the time that she paid him back for these elaborate trips that they went on, that she paid him back in cash. She says sometimes she used her card to pay for different gifts and things. Now, I believe that Nathan Wade is a Casanova. I believe that Mr. Nathan Wade seduced this woman and got that job and got her at the same time and is going to end up flipping on her. He's going to end up flipping on her, thinking he's going to save himself. He's not going to save himself, but at least he will save himself from losing his law degree. But Miss Willis is going to be disbarred. She is going to maybe have a probationary period of to get back her license. Maybe she'll be allowed that. But if they can find her lying under oath, she's going to be disbarred. She doesn't know how serious this is. This is very, very serious what she's doing. And I'm sure, allegedly, that they talked to one another to get their stories right. So it would seem like that he was hired after um, and before. When I say after and before, I mean he was hired. They got their stories together to make it look like before they found out about the affair that they stopped the affair before the charges came, before they subpoenaed her to come in to talk about it, and that they started the affair well after he was working at the office. And she does not consider it an employee. She considers it as hiring an appointed person or an agent for the job. When she ran for this office, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, she said, "You all deserve a person that's not going to sleep with their employees." And she ran for this office, got this job, I believe in 2020, got this job. And it was too much power for her. When she got this job, she was able to hire someone that she was seeing, put them in position to make plenty of money. And now the gig is up. People don't believe that God does not see these judicial positions or these judicial things that are going on. People don't believe that God is in the court systems, and they play with that. God is so into the court systems. He's so into it. Let's watch this. I don't want to keep talking, but let's watch this.
And then what has happened is that this same Fani Willis is responsible for the YSL. Now, let me just say this: I'm all for Bookies and Ray Rays being out of the community, but how are you gonna prosecute the same people that you used to represent? Now, all of a sudden, here you are talking. I'm not gonna disrespect black men. Where are the black men at now? And the reason is that well, those people who put you up there, and again, now you got the people from the Republican Party, the Trump Party. Now, them people in the Democrats, they're gonna leave you alone. You know why? Because I'm gonna tell you why. Fani Willis wasn't about assisting blacks in the first place. First of all, and I know my brother George Macon is not going to agree with this. We've been having this conversation for a while. The issue that I have with Fani Willis is this: you have been put in that position. You are heavily scrutinized. All right, you're a black female district attorney. You're going to be in a lot of danger prosecuting YSL. Then you come after Trump. So in the black community, your life being threatened. On the white side, your life probably being threatened. Then you have these sorts of mistakes that you're committing. You going into Big Bethel Baptist Church, and if you guys can remember this sermon she gave, remember she was there bumping her gum saying this.
Listen to this. Oh my God.
Three special counselors is my right to do. Pay them all the same hourly
Listen
rate.
how she
They
speaks.
only attack one. I hired one white woman, a good personal friend and great lawyer, a superstar, I tell you. I hired one white man, brilliant, my friend, and a great lawyer. And I hired one black man, another superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer. Oh Lord, they gonna be mad when I call them out on this nonsense.
Listen how she
First
talks.
thing they say, oh, she gonna play the race card now. But no, God, isn't it them who's playing the race card when they only question one? Isn't it them playing the race card when they constantly think, I need someone from some other jurisdiction in some other state to tell.
Now, watch this, y'all. Here she is, and I'm going to push mute. Here she is. Listen how she talks. She talks so hood, so ghetto in the position that she's in. When you listen to this, you'll see. Let me take the mute off.
By an optician who did. Tell me how to do a job I've been doing almost 30 years. God, why don't they look at themselves and just be honest? I mean, can't they keep it 100 with themselves?
Did you hear that?
Why are they so surprised that a diverse team that I...
She said, can't they keep it 100? Can't they keep it 100? Girl, I don't even have a law degree, but you making me look bad. I have a master's degree. I ain't without a degree. But you making us black women look bad. Prancing up there, defending herself against allegations and things that she's wrong about. She's wrong. And then you step foot in a church and do it. This was, I think, January 14, 2024. How can a person let her get in the pulpit and defend herself against these charges? And she is wrong. She's messing with this man. I don't care. He's not divorced yet. She's messing with this woman's husband. She's went on trips and totally disregarded her colleagues and her peers with her relationship. She's gone on trips with this man. She's saying that she didn't go on these trips with this man until after he had been hired and didn't develop the relationship until 2020 and not 2019. And all of this stuff is being uncovered and someone allowed her to get in a pulpit. That's why people don't want to go to church now, because there is so much mess in the church.
Assemble your child can accomplish extraordinary things. God, wasn't it them that attacked this lawyer of impeccable credentials? The black man I chose has been a judge more than 10 years, run a private practice more than 20, represented businesses in civil litigation. I ain't done, y'all. Served as a prosecutor, a criminal defense lawyer, special assistant attorney general, won Chief Justice Robert Benham Award from the State Bar of Georgia. You know, they ain't just giving this to black men. How come, God, the same black man I hired was acceptable when a Republican in another county hired him and paid him twice the rate? Come on. Oh, y'all ain't hear me. Come on.
Then while you're on the
now
stand,
she preaching.
you're being completely...
Now she's trying to act like, oh, y'all didn't hear me. Are you kidding? You're getting in God's pulpit and think you're not going to have consequences behind how you're acting like a preacher in his pulpit, bringing up all the credentials of this man, but never once are you humble or repentive of what you've done, remorseful. This woman is spoiled. She thinks she can do anything and get away with it. And it reminds me of the story when I was a kid that we used to hear about the emperor. The emperor with no clothes. The emperor needed a wardrobe that nobody could make. So there was one person that said they could make the wardrobe, and they pretended like they made him a wardrobe, and he was walking around naked. And he didn't even know that he didn't have any clothes on. This woman does not know she's naked. She does not know that she does not have clothes on. That's why I feel bad for her, because she is not even evident of what she's getting ready to go through, what's getting ready to happen to her. She's so caught up in the arrogance and the pride of herself. She's so caught up in her that she doesn't even understand the end consequences and results of her action. And here you are in the South, in Georgia. Gosh, I can just imagine if she was in Alabama. Here she is in Georgia, cutting up and thinking that these Republicans are not going to hang her by the neck, by a noose. And they are going home with their mouths open, appalled at her arrogant behavior, how she talks to them. Oh, they're not going to have it. They're not going to have it. Not only are they not going to have it, but God's not going to have it. All of this right here, God says it stinks in his nostrils. This stuff, it stinks. The stench of all of this that's going on right now before the world is stinking in his nostrils. I'm going to let y'all hear the rest. Listen to this.
Reason why, as a black man, you know you can't go up there talking crazy like that. We're gonna be real, right? You see, a lot of sisters, and I hate to make this as a consequence. This is what I would say about this sister over in Dothan, Illinois. She don't think that there are consequences for her behavior.
That's what I just said.
Black men, we know that
I've
there are
not watched this,
consequences
guys.
when you out here being disrespectful like that. And you can be however you want. I ain't scared of them white folks. It ain't about being scared. It's about understanding where you know that you don't end up.
Now, didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that? She doesn't even know where she's going to end up behind all this. She has no clue, no idea, no clue at all. I want to go back and let y'all hear this again. We got to hear this again, y'all. This woman got in the pulpit and did this.
I tell you, I hired one white man, brilliant, my friend, and a great lawyer. And I hired one black man, another superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer. Oh Lord, they gonna be mad when I call them out on this nonsense. First thing they say, oh, she gonna play the race card now. But no, God, isn't it them who's playing the race card when they only question one? Isn't it them playing the race card when they constantly think, I need someone from some other jurisdiction in some other state to tell me how to do a job I've been doing almost 30 years?
She needs somebody. She need a babysitter.
And just be honest. I mean, can't they keep it 100 with themselves? Why are they so surprised that a diverse team that I assembled, your child, can accomplish extraordinary things? God, wasn't it them that attacked this lawyer of impeccable credentials? The black man I chose has been a judge more than 10 years, run a private practice more than 20, represented businesses in civil litigation. I ain't done, y'all. Served as a prosecutor, a criminal defense lawyer, special assistant attorney general, one Chief Justice Robert Benham Award from the State Bar of Georgia. You know, they ain't just giving this to black men. How come God, the same black...
You see that? I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. She's speaking all about these credentials and saying, oh, they're attacking because of this. These people are attacking because you slept with this man. Y'all went on trips in people's faces. Y'all used money, allegedly, that came from the money that should be used for other things. There were monies given to you for certain things that have never been used for those things. And you're trying to hoodwink black people into thinking that it's a race card and it's about us, when this young lady is not even about us. It's not even about attacking a black man. This young lady is about you and him and the inappropriateness of the affair that you all had, and put it in people's faces. Everybody was not aware of this. She said she kept it private. She didn't keep it all the way private because apparently, if she had, then her friend that rented her the condo would not be testifying against her and saying that they had that affair way back in 2019, that it did not just start. Why is it that her friend is coming against her like this? Was she a friend really? Or did this woman in her arrogance disrespect her as a friend and feels like this woman deserves this to be uncovered, or this woman is going to be a detriment to our society because she cannot see that she's wrong? That's what I have to say. I'm not going to stay on here as long. It's been 30 minutes. Listen to this commentary. I'm going to let you listen to this gentleman. He's doing a great job. I've never heard this. We're watching this together at the same time. And he's saying some of the things that I've already said.
You watch the other brother, Mr. Nathan Wade. He said, yes, sir, no, sir. Again, and the reason why, as a black man, you know you can't go up there talking crazy like that. We're going to be real, right? You see, a lot of sisters, and I hate to make this as a consequence. This is what I would say about this sister over in Dover, Illinois. She don't think that there are consequences for her behavior.
I got to say this, and you can read on the screen, said, she doesn't think that there are consequences for her behavior. She doesn't. But I want to say this. Attorney Nathan Wade, the prosecutor Nathan Wade, he was very respectful when he was doing his testimony, but not only was he respectful, he was smart in not crossing certain boundaries. This woman was totally different. You have to watch it yourself, you guys. You'll never know what's going on in the world if you don't start paying attention. Paying attention to what's going on. That's all I wanted to say. Pay attention. Watch the news. Get on YouTube. Watch what's going on in your country. Okay? And I do want to say this in addition. Nathan Wade is going to get out of this squeaky clean more so than she is. He is going to still keep his law license. She is going to lose hers, allegedly. I'm saying this because I see it. He's going to be able to keep it because they're going to say that because of her position of power and her influence of being able to have that job, that he felt compelled to continue in the relationship so he would not be fired. That he saw the whistleblower lose her job, and he did not want to be in the same position, and he did not want to lose his job. And because she's in that position of quote unquote a supervisory position, she's going to be held more accountable, and he's going to throw her under the bus and save himself. Watch what I tell you.
Black men, we know that there are consequences when you out here being disrespectful like that. You can be however you want. I ain't scared of them white folks. It ain't about being scared. It's about understanding where you know that you're going to end up. And talking back to them and talking crazy in the courtroom, it's not going to look good. They're going to punish you by giving you a conviction or whatever else they're going to do. They're not going to appreciate that. But sisters, I keep saying, almost every time, like, well, I don't really give a damn about what's going on. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do, and if you don't like it, F you. That's the attitude that I'm seeing. And unfortunately, I'm like, how do you expect that these people are going to take you seriously? Not only just you, but the others. Now here you are talking about the black men. You know, you don't want to disrespect black men, all right? Here you are
Oh my goodness.
Control the guy. We all know that there's no way that this dude would deal with her, in my honest opinion, if he not paying. Okay? That's what it is. She's paying
no,
for the
he
date.
did
And
not.
you got an attitude that you got caught up. And you don't want to take no level of accountability. Now you're
Oh
up there
my
embarrassing
God.
the community. You're up there embarrassing us. So God has what he thinks. Jackson. Back at it again.
O'Shea. Okay, I don't know. I had to say this, and I'm gonna mute this. I had to say this. I don't know if you can see my face. I just turned the camera around because I didn't know how to work it. On the inside of it, push the buttons and turn it around on the screen. For right now, I couldn't because I was too busy laughing. But anyway, I'm holding this in front of me. This is my tablet. This is gonna cut off, so I'm gonna sign off on this one, and I want to make sure you guys do go and subscribe to the channel. But I do want to catch this last little bit. I want to show you through history of something that I watched. This is her actions, and we have this in part 1 and part 2. You can see this in part 1 and part 2. So please, 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 please watch it. Don't rely. Let me just see if I can find it on my own commentary. Um, let me see. No, I don't want to do that. I want to go to a part in this. Hold on, guys. You gotta see this. Only way you can. The only way you can. You gotta see this. And it's from Atlanta News. I think it's Atlanta News Live. Hold on. Give me a moment, and then I'm gonna close this out. Okay. All right. Here we go. Atlanta. Here we go. Fox 5, Atlanta. Okay. I want you to watch this.
To deal with it as it goes, so you can proceed.
This is how she's talking to this woman. One more time. This is how she's talking to her. Just hold on. I just want to make sure I get it to that point where she's back in the courtroom.
But I need to just ask outright the question.
Hold on, guys.
I don't see a way around that, Miss.
Bear with me. Bear with me. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. I want to show you the part where she talks to this white prosecutor, cross-examiner. Where is she? It's Fox Atlanta. I gotta let you see this. You gotta see this. I'm gonna let you in with this because this is very, very important. Here it is right here. Come on now. I just had it. Hold on. You have to see this. History. And I go down here. I've got so much history on this. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Fani Willis takes a stand. And here we go. I don't know if my phone is still on, but
why are women everywhere choosing act?
My tablet is still on. I'm going to get you to it. Okay, get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Still got a little bit there. Still got a little bit of battery on here. So let me get it right there. Okay. Ready, set, go. Okay, hold on.
Did you listen to anything?
Now, I want to finish it. She's on the stand. See her face? Watch her face.
All right, we're back on the record, Deputy Scott.
Watch her face.
Our next witness.
We're not going to apologize. Hannah, Do me a favor. Put them in this home. After you swear, tell me what I did. If you swear, you can win it. Swear it's all over the court. Yes, Justice.
Okay, watch this.
District Attorney Fani, F-A-N-I, last name is Willis.
Ms. Willis, how did you know to come into the courtroom like that?
People I was facing in my office, and I heard someone yell, "This testimony is done." It only made sense to me that I would be the next witness, and I've been very anxious to have this conversation with you today. So I ran to the courtroom.
So as soon as you heard that Mr. Wade was done testifying, that's when you just assumed you would be the next witness?
It only makes sense.
Did you listen to any of the testimony?
I've been in my office pacing, ma'am.
Did you listen to any of the arguments?
I did hear the arguments this morning. It's ridiculous to me that you lied on Monday, and yet here we still are. And I did listen to that argument.
All right, so that was it, just the argument, no testimony.
Right, I listened to the argument this morning where Adam Abadi, I thought, did an excellent job pointing out how dishonest you were with the court on Monday. And I'm actually surprised that the hearing continued. But since it did, here I am.
Great. So let's just talk about what you did in preparation for today. Did you meet with Mr. Wade at all? Once the motion was filed, did you meet with Mr. Wade and talk to him about the motion that I filed to disqualify you?
On this first January motion?
Yes.
I don't know if you could say talked about. I probably had some choice words about some of the things that you said that were
See how she's treating this woman?
So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman. Me, not so much.
Okay, but my question was, did you have a conversation with
I didn't
him?
have a substantive conversation.
You did not.
I read this motion, skimmed it more of so, and I've probably said some choice things to him about some of the lies they were told.
Okay.
And put it in the media because, we used to be in a day and time where you had 60 minutes and people did stories and they verified information, and you had this great reporting. But it seems today that a lawyer writes a lie and then it's printed for all of the world to see.
Well, I just want to make sure that you answer the question I asked, though. So my question was,
I'm going to object. I've been asking that for Mr. Butter.
I told you what happened. I read the motion. I am sure I told you what my opinion of it is. And past that, we had no substantive conversation.
you did not.
Is there something you didn't understand?
No, I just wanted to make sure that you did not have a meeting with him in the conference room to discuss the motion.
Next question.
No. So in the conference room of my office, within this week, you produced some financial document. That financial document was given to me, something, and I'm not even sure it was given to him by me or Mr. Abadi gave it to me. And I think he showed me a document in our conference room. But as far as a substantive conversation, I don't believe I've had any conversation with him that is substantive related to this. I have had conversations with him since you filed the motion, but they wouldn't be substantive to this. He sent me very nice sermons that have been done. And so we've had conversations about, did you listen to that sermon? Things of that nature. And I would say they were in relationship to this because I think he did it to be kind.
Okay. Let's start back in 2019.
Yeah.
So you and Mr. Wade met in October 2019 at a conference?
That is correct. I think in one of your motions you tried to implicate I slept with him at that conference, which I find to be extremely offensive. I stayed at that conference. Mr. Wade was my teacher. I did not meet him when he taught the class. I was standing outside talking to Lisa Reeves, who is a judge. Me and her were just having a conversation. Mr. Wade walks up and they hug each other. They have some brief conversation. She introduces us.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. We kind of thought that when you asked the question, you didn't answer the question, not a speech, so I object to the speech.
I was able to explain my answers.
I believe she's able to explain her answers.
And that's,
Ms. Merchant, that's okay. I can handle it as well, so I'll ask you to listen to the answer, or excuse me, the question, and keep the answers confined to the question as best you can. I think you'll have more than enough equal opportunity on when the state.
It's highly offensive when someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
Honorable Ms. Willis, shall we have the opportunity to explain all of that when it's the state's turn to ask more open-ended questions? Ms. Merchant.
Thank you, Judge. So again, my question was, you all met at that conference, though, right?
We did.
Okay.
He, as I stated, he taught the class. I did not actually meet him when he taught the class. I walked out of the class, and I'm not sure if it was that exact class or we had went to lunch, but we were standing in the vestibule, like outside of the class. Me and Judge Reeves were having a conversation. She had worked at a law firm I worked at back in 1996.
We're getting way far. I mean, I don't mind her explaining her answers, but I literally just asked if they met at that conference.
Explaining how she met Mr. Wade, which was exactly the question asked by Ms. Merchant. These answers are more than appropriate.
Ms. Merchant, if you want more concise answers, perhaps you could lead the witness.
I will. Thank you, Judge. Isn't it true that you met Mr. Wade in October 2019 at a judge's
We
conference?
haven't gotten to the point where Ms. Willis should be treated hostile in this conference.
I think we have.
Very much want to be here, so I'm not a hostile witness. I very much want to be
It's not
here.
so much that you're hostile, Ms. Willis, and be an adverse witness. Your interests are opposed to Ms. Merchant's.
Thank you. Merchant's interests are contrary to democracy, Your Honor, not to mine.
Judge,
Keep things moving. Ms. Merchant, next question, please.
okay, so we've confirmed when you met. After that, isn't it true?
No, I need to explain this, and I think I get to explain my answers. When I met him, Judge Reeves introduced us. He handed me his business card. I'm unsure if I handed him my business card, but we exchanged information. He said, if you ever need any help, give me a call. And he walked to the parking lot.
So after that, you started dating shortly thereafter, correct?
That's a lie. That's one of your lies.
Do you know Robin Yuri?
Okay, guys. I'm going to ask you
Why it
to
bothers me so much that when we give
take
this
your
kind of money
time
to the wealthiest.
to watch this yourself when you have time. Watch this. Look up this information because I'm going to cut it off right here. She was very, very hostile to this woman, adverse compared to when the gentleman examined her. Maybe because she's a female, and she wanted to clarify. But if you watch this, I'm going to have to make a part 4. I already can see that. So this is part 3, guys. So get ready for part 4 sometime this week, maybe tomorrow. I'll do part 4, okay? All right. God bless you. This is Graceful Exposure. I'm going to sign out on this one first. And hold on, I got it over here. Let's end this right here. On my phone. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. These are some bootleg videos. But I'm trying to bring out information that you won't necessarily get yourselves. Okay? So let's do better, y'all guys, okay? All right. Let me I'm trying to end it on my phone first. At the very bottom it would be, right? And let's stop the video. Come on now. Here we go. How about I do this? How about I lay this tablet right here? And then turn this off, okay? And I can do that by